Good morning. I get you guys singing along right away, all right? If you're not up, like me, wake up. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Come on. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Come on, let me hear you. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Merry Christmas.
Yay, Kyle LeBenz. Thank you, Kyle, for that beautiful festive spirit to start today with. Aloha.
All right, enough of Kyle. Hi, everyone. Hi. Aloha.
Wait, back to me.
Back to me. And you.
Yes. Where is she?
Oh, my gosh. Hey,
I don't see her. Oh, there she is with her hat on. I don't see her. I want to say happy birthday
you guys
today to Jamie Pram.
Go like this so you can see. Yeah.
Oh, next week. We thought it was today. All right.
Well,
that's
we're
all right.
early. We're early.
I'll take it.
We'll
You got to
take it all
celebrate
week.
all month. That's all.
On.
All right. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. For those of you online who don't know me, I'm Rev Rita. This is Rev Patrick. You can say it yourself.
No, you already did.
Okay,
It'd be redundant at this
It's going to
point.
be one of those days. All right. I'm so grateful to be here with everyone and to celebrate this beautiful season of light and love with all of you, and to know that the power and presence of Spirit is who we are, what we are. The divine is flowing through us, and we are creating our lives from that highest place. I know that, and I know we just get stronger and stronger every day, and that's what we teach here, and that's what I claim for all of us in this moment and all moments as we move out of 2020 into 2021. Yes. And bless it.
Whoever knew that Happy New Year would really be like Happy New Year? But we're not at New Year's right now. We have kids are having a little party upstairs. It's all, and there's some couple of people here for the very first time. Even if you've watched us online, if you have, who's here for the very first time? There we go. There we go. So
Samuel and Leslie.
that's right. So what we know about you is something very important, and I think you know what we're going to say, but that's not the truth, because I got some other dish on you over here. So we're going to actually tell you who you are. So you ready? Okay. You are magnificent. And there's some people probably online that's wondering how we knew about them and how we knew about you watching for the first time. We know that about you because we know that about ourselves first. So therefore, you are our mirror, mirror on the wall. God seeing God in every moment. So that's what we do know. So let's say it to our live streaming people. I know you're there. You are magnificent. Oh my gosh, now let's do it together. Let's put our hand on our heart. This is the whole service, by the way. I am magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. I don't care. You guys all switch seats on me. I don't even know where everybody's at now. Let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Kyle, you are magnificent. But you know that, don't you? You know. All right. All right. Shall we have our opening magnificent song?
So for all our friends out there.
Oh, you were magnificent. Ah.
It's so nice to see familiar faces out in the crowd. It's so nice to see friends of mine enjoying themselves. Does everybody get happy? We can work it out. We are friends, friends, friends. We are friends, friends, friends. And I remember when I was down and out, you came. I remember when you said, friend, hey, what's your name? We're getting off on each other, 'cause we can work it out. We are friends, friends, friends. Now you know the words? We are friends, friends, friends. Feelings are getting strong. You feel like you belong. The closeness you can feel. Smiles that are real. We are friends.
So right here, right now, I do know the truth. We are friends. And we have a great friend that walks within us, as us, through us at all times, which is the power and presence of Spirit. And I recognize that right here and right now in myself and in each and every one of us. I recognize it in this time together that we spend, that this is a time of love, a time of communion, a time of community, of ohana, and of joy. And so I just know that this service moves that way, in that direction, in every single solitary moment. And all of us are fed exactly as we need to be fed right now, and give exactly what is ours to give. So I just let that be so. As I release my word, as I let it go, as I let it be, as we affirm together. And so it is.
If you feel like singing with me, sing out loud. It'll make you feel good just to sing right out. Be a part of it all, so we can work it out. We are friends, friends, friends. We are friends, friends, friends. We are friends. We are friends, yeah. Friends, friends, we are friends, friends, friends.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Kyle. I love your smile. I love the way you work your equipment with your foot, too. It's like really, it's fascinating to watch.
Look at you. He
So,
says, you think so?
yeah. Welcome again, everyone. And I want to invite our dear Reverend Diane up to lead us in our affirmation. And she's also going to lead us in our meditation. So it's all yours.
Good morning.
No.
Oh, you need your mic.
Would you like me to light? Rev Diane?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, she's got enough to do.
My hands are full. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Sunday before Christmas. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to liven ourselves with our affirmation this morning. I will repeat it once, and then if you'll repeat after me 3 times, we'll just bring the energy up. Not that it... Well. I follow my bliss. I experience my bliss. I become my bliss.
Yes.
I follow my bliss. I experience my bliss. I become my bliss. I follow my bliss. I experience my bliss. I become my bliss. One more time. I follow my bliss. I experience my bliss. I become my bliss.
All right, so let's take that in. Oh, into our beautiful heart space. Center there as we slow our breathing down and focus our attention within as we begin this time of peace. And let that peace that we are radiate out into our world right here and right now. Thank you, Reverend Diane, for continuing this contemplation.
I bring to you a quote this morning from our worldwide community spiritual leader, Dr. Edward Viljoen. A kind-hearted approach to life and willingness to make generous assumptions about people. This is the crux of a spiritual living. A kind-hearted approach to life and willingness to make generous assumptions about people. This is what spiritual living is all about. And if you'll enjoy a few moments of silent meditation. a kind-hearted approach to life, and willingness to make generous assumptions about people. This is what spiritual living is all about. A generous assumptions about people brings me to the love of God that is within me, the presence of God within me, the power of God that is in and through all things is moving in and through me. And so as I speak this word right now, I express the power, the presence, and the love of God. And know that each one of us is immersed in, surrounded by, loved by, and expressing the love of God themselves. And so in this moment, I remember the truth that right where I am, the divine is moving in and through my body as perfect health. The divine energy of spirit moves in and through every cell of my being, releasing anything unlike perfection from this body temple, allowing it to go back to the native nothingness from which it was formed. In this moment, there is wellness happening. In this moment, there is thriving happening. I claim it, I know it to be true for me and for all people within the sound of my voice. Centered and immersed in the love of God, the abundance of God, the magnificence of God, I know that there is no lack in this universe. We look at the ocean, we look at the grains of sand, we look at the gazillion flowers on this planet and know that joy is happening, know that abundance is happening, know that the presence of God shows up as the perfection that is needed in the moment that it is needed, as abundance, as good, as well-being, as creative self-expression, as joy and love and peace. And so as I stand centered in that flow of spirit, moving in all these wonderful ways, I give great thanks. Because all that I will ever be and all that I am is within me right now. And as I express it in this prayer, in this word, in this treatment, I know that the law of mind and spirit absolutely takes this word and acts upon it in all of its fullness, in all of its grandeur, in all of its amazing expression. It is the power, the presence, and the love of God right before our eyes. And so I release my word, I allow it to go back into whatever it is that makes it happen. You think I'm supposed to know. But whatever it is, I call it God. And allow it to show up in my life this day and every day forward. And if you agree with this word I have spoken, please join me with saying, and so it is. Mahalo.
Kaua'i, Kaua'i, Keep singing that.
Ike
lau hoi mai
ka.
na va'a
Ika hoe.
ai aku i
Ika
ka
hoe. Ike ka.
Wahana i ke aluia
Ika hoe.
Olomua i ke aluia
Ike ka.
Wahana i
Ike
ke
ka.
aluia
Ika hoe.
Olomua i ke
Ika
aluia
hoe. Ike ka. Ike ka. Ika hoe. Ika hoe.
Ike ka Ike ka Ika hoe Ika hoe Ike ka E lau hoi mai na va'a Pai aku i ka ina
Ike ka. Ike
E lau hoi mai na va'a
Ika hoe.
Pai aku i ka
Ika hoe.
aina
Ike ka.
Ike ka Ika hoe Ika hoe Ike ka Ike ka Ika hoe Ika hoe Ike ka Ike ka
Beautiful.
You guys got it down already, huh?
We got it down now, right? For those that aren't familiar, would you tell them again what the song's about?
It's a song that my brother and I, well, my brother helped me write it. It's Ike ka, ika hoi, ike ka. It means to bail and paddle and paddle and bail. And it's like being in a canoe, paddling. And e lau hoi mai na va'a pai aku i ka aina is together we work together and the land is reached. So it's kind of a
It's beautiful. It's so appropriate
analogy and
for this moment in time, right? All of us working together and knowing together and paddling and getting all that other stuff out of the boat so we can float. Right? Okay. So, today is about Santa Claus coming to town. Yeah. I even wrote a little jingle. You better watch out. It's okay to cry, but better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is creating your life. It's making a list based on your choice, sending it down to subjective mind. Santa Claus is creating your life. It's with you when you're sleeping. It's here when you're awake. It delivers to law your strongest beliefs, so make them good ones for heaven's sakes. So live in more joy, give all your love, say a big thank you, because when push comes to shove, Santa Claus is coming. Into law, it's coming. Santa Claus is creating your life. So, well, that's true. I know, right? Okay. So maybe we'll all sing it together sometime. Okay. So we watched the film. What's it called? Miracle on 34th Street on Friday night. I'm sure that many of you have seen it, even if you weren't there on Friday night. But there's a line in it that it says, "Faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to." And I believe that is where I am right here and right now. And I feel like sometimes when people look at the way we believe in our teaching, that we do our best to remain positive amidst it all, that they think it's just airy-fairy or too abstract or too like, what's the matter? Don't you see the real world? But faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to. And I think that is truly where I need to be right now, is in that place, no matter what is happening, that I stay in that place. And that's first cause. So in the science of mind, we call it first cause. It's the absolute. It's the field of unlimited potential. It's never been touched by anything. It's the creative energy that we are, that we experience in every moment. We are our own first cause, and we're part of the big first cause. And so what happens sometimes, there's another thing, it's called, I'll give you a little lesson now, it's called secondary causation. And that's when we create from effects. So something happens and we react to that, and then we start thinking that way, or we start trying to fix it from the secondary, from the effect, and then we're creating from secondary causation. So Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote, mind is the realm of causes, conditions are in the realm of effects. So we're a mental universe, a feeling universe, right? We're energy, but conditions are in the world of effects. So there's cause and effect, right? We're causing effect in every moment. Effects flow from causes and not from themselves. So even when you take and start creating from an effect, you're making that your cause, if that makes sense. So that's why it's called secondary causation. Thought is the instrument of mind. New thoughts create new conditions. Yay. We must learn to think in the absolute. Yay. This means to think independently of any given or experienced effect. Judge not according to appearances. That's what that means. This thought strikes away at the shackles of bondage and finds a new cause at work. So I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza yesterday, and he was giving his holiday message, and he said, you know, as challenged as we are in this time and place, that we need to prove now that we're greater than in our environment. And Ernest Holmes would have said, we must prove that spiritual thought force is greater than material resistance. And this is the evolution that we're going through right now, is that. Someone said to me today, you know, how sometimes she feels that she feels bad saying her life is good. I'm like, no, listen to what I'm saying, no. Because some of us feel like, oh my God, there's so much suffering out there, but we're having a good life, so how can we feel good when there's so much suffering out there? But what I'm going to tell you about that is the reason this person is having a good life isn't because she doesn't have challenges, because she hasn't had hurts or had, things come up for her. It's because she's chosen to think different about them. She's chosen to take a new thought. She's chosen to go back to first cause and rethink it and look at it in a different way. And that's how we change our lives. It doesn't mean we don't have these things going on. It means that we are choosing to look at them differently and create a new perspective about them for ourselves. And therefore, we have more joy in our lives. And therefore, what's happening? We're creating a vibration within ourselves that is attracting more of that back to us. And that's the way it works. Whereas if we just sink into the despair of the world, then we're going to be living in the despair of the world. And it's not an easy journey to take, but it is mandatory right now. It is mandatory. And we can make a difference. I say this every Sunday. We can make a difference by the way that we're thinking and we're feeling, because we're raising the magnetic field of the planet at the same time as we're raising our own magnetic field. When life becomes so unbearable that we can't stand it, and I know that this is true, there are those times when life becomes so unbearable. But I have friends that have been through atrocities and yet have been able to remain. Not that they didn't go into despair and sadness and everything, but they kept applying the principle. They kept applying the principle to their experience, the principle of first cause, the principle of going back to that there's something bigger happening here than what I see with my eyes or what I'm feeling right now. And I'm going to let that just take I'm going to take the ride with that. I'm going to take the ride with that and let that hold me up during this time. But I'm going to keep believing. I'm going to keep knowing. I'm going to keep. That movie was all about the The Miracle on 34th Street was to keep believing, to keep believing. It wasn't about believing in Santa Claus. It was believing in the spirit of giving, the spirit of love, the spirit that Christmas stands for. So I know I wrote this beautiful quote. Yeah, okay. So in the movie, Miracle on 34th Street, I think his name was Mr. Gailey. Am I right, the boyfriend? Yeah, I don't remember his first name, but he said to Doris in the movie, when she was like, she didn't want to believe in him, he had this thing that he was going to go and save Santa Claus from, being put in a mental institution. So he was going to stand up with him as a lawyer, as his lawyer, and he was going to make this happen. And she thought he was throwing away his whole life and his whole profession by doing that. And this really struck him, and he said, Doris, look, Doris, someday you're going to find that your way of facing this realistic world just doesn't work. And when you do, don't overlook those lovely intangibles. You will discover those are the only things that are worthwhile. So what are the lovely intangibles? They're the things we can't see. Love, compassion, beauty, joy. We see what they do, but we really can't see that invisible energy. We can't see it, but we can see it. What? She's pointing to herself, but it's in our heart. We can feel it. Yes. And this is what we have to go back to. And even though, because those are the things we can rely on. I know for myself, they're the things that have carried me through many, many, many times in my life when I thought I wasn't going to make it through. That going back to the feeling and to the knowing that even though you're hurting or whatever, you can rely on that, and it will carry you through, like the canoe that we're all paddling in together. So Joe Dispenza said, being challenged is about overcoming adversity, and that means we have to change the way we think about our situation and make a different choice. So this is wise, and this is exactly what I'm saying. We have to go back to first cause. We have to stay in first cause. We have to demand from ourselves. We have to be disciplined about it. We have to look at our trials and whatever we're going through and say, no, there's something bigger behind here. I am going to turn to that, and I'm going to let that carry me through this experience. So, yeah, that's really what I want to say. So at this time of giving, let's give ourselves that gift of the intangibles, the things that we know we can feel, but we can't necessarily we can prove them by living them, but we can't necessarily make somebody else see them or make it so that it's like, it has to be faith, I guess is what I'm saying. It has to be faith. And when we see them and when we feel them in faith and trust these things, these intangibles, this first cause, this power that's behind everything, then we do see it because it shows up. It shows up in form. We're constantly creating from first cause, constantly. So we can choose to have our first cause be secondary causation from effects and keep going back. And that's one of the reasons the planet probably hasn't evolved, why we're war after war after war after war after war, destruction after destruction, is because we keep creating from that place. But now we know different. And this is a beautiful thing. I feel like we're really, really no different now. And I think that this whole experience of 2020 has taught us something totally different. And we can choose to embrace it, or we can choose to go back. And the more of us that choose to embrace it, the more we'll lift the magnetic field of the earth, and the more that we'll see more and more people living in first cause. We'll break the veils of death, of all of this stuff, all these illusions and things that are wanting to make themselves known right now to us. So I believe that. So you better watch out. It's okay to cry, but better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is creating your life. It's making a list based on your choice, sending it down to subjective mind. Doesn't rhyme, but that's okay. Santa Claus is creating your life. It's with you when you're sleeping. It's here when you're awake. It delivers to law your strongest beliefs, so make them good ones for heaven's sake. So live in more joy, give all your love, say a big thank you, 'cause when push comes to shove, Santa Claus is coming, into law it's coming. Santa Claus is creating your life. Yes. Merry Christmas. Okay. I guess I could have rehearsed it with you.
I wish I knew those chords. So one Christmas song after another, huh? You guys probably know the words to this, so sing along with me, okay? Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have yourself a
Wow. Wow. Thank you. I was just thinking how different lyrics are this year for me personally. Where before I was just like, oh yeah, I know that song. It's kind of, and then all of a sudden this year, have yourself a merry little Christmas when you were singing, and it's just, wow. Woo. Yeah, there's an emotional thing going on right here. I ain't afraid to show yet. Yeah. But I love this idea of Santa Claus. I love this idea of Santa Claus. Because Santa's not about just Santa, like how we think of him. It goes so much deeper. And this year, it was really fun to really explore that. And in the Science of Mind, it says the study of science of mind is a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes. The power back of all creation, the thing itself. That's first cause, better known to us on this planet as Santa Claus. Because that's what it is. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, it's worth repeating that this science, this teaching, this way of thinking, way of living is a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of all creation, the thing itself, and that is what I am. And that is what each and every one of you are. Wow. Santa Claus to me is that thing that you can't see, but you know is there. We all know that. Today I was listening to a little Super Soul Sunday with Oprah for a moment, and I cannot remember the name, so I always hate it when I do that, but it came up. So anyway, it was the young woman who won the Pulitzer award, and she for starting all the schools, and then she was shot. It was a young girl. She was like 17. But what he was saying, Oprah said, so who is God to you? Who is God to you? And he said, when my daughter was shot, I felt that God was no longer outside, out there, but smack dab right here for me to use. And I'm paraphrasing him a bit. For me to use. Through the pain, through the everything. He said that was the moment. And she didn't even take time, she said, to even think about forgiving, because what I loved about it, and this pertains so much to where we're all at today, or at least for me, is that he said, it wasn't a person who shot my daughter. It was an ideal. It was a young man who'd been told since he was a little boy that those people are bad and that they should not be here on this planet. That's what it's all about. It's not even about that. What is that? Don't take things personally? Now I kind of get it. You're raised with ideals and programs and all of that stuff. And it is time. It is time for us to believe again. Just like they tell in all of the Santa movies. I love the Miracle on 31st Street. The mom, what'd I say? I lived in New York, 34th, 44th, as long as you get to Macy's. We're live, folks, right where you are in your living room. But here's the deal. I want to talk about that mom. That mom got a lot of play, and the little girl was so cute, Natalie Wood. But the reason that she taught her daughter not to believe in things that were not real comes to find out through her little new romance. Then she said, yeah, I believed in a knight in shining armor. And he left me. So it was all about her divorce. And he said, because I just loved the way he came in and said, I thought we were talking about your daughter. Because he wanted to know how you could teach your daughter not to imagine. Because the whole thing was her friends would say, let's be dragons today. And she had no idea what that was. She said, I'm not a dragon, I'm a person. I'm a girl. Why would I act like an animal? And Santa Claus was trying to get her to realize that it was about the imagination. And sometimes I think we get so caught up in that real world that we forget to imagine something new, something brand new. So, in 1897, just a few years back, I want to share a Christmas letter with you that a little girl named Virginia wrote. Ah, yes. And I think we can all really, and I just invite us, as you hear this little girl's letter, that we take it in and kind of match it to our life. So the deal was, Virginia, who was 8 years old, went to her dad and she said, I was at school and all the kids are talking about that there is no Santa Claus. What do you think? And also back to 34th Street, 34th Street, she also didn't want to lie to her daughter because she said that would set her up for just misery. That's why the imagination. So he says to his daughter, I suggest that you write the editor of the newspaper, The Sun, because, and I love this, because if it's in the newspaper, it is so. So That was 1897, and this is 2020. Okay, anyway. If you see it in the Sun newspaper, it is so. Please, so she writes this. Dear editor, my name is Virginia, and I'm 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says if you see it in the Sun newspaper, it's so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? So he writes, I don't know why I'm just so Christmassy emotional today. Dear Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except what they see. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there were no Santa Claus. We would have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The eternal light which childhood fills the world with would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus. Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children, men, or women can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders that are unseen and unseeable in our world. No Santa Claus. Thank God he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10 times, 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood. Yeah. What I feel from that is that it is time now. First cause, call it whatever you want, to live in that beautiful unseen world, that fairies do exist, that love is more powerful than anything, that Christmas does exist, that you can desire and want to fill yourself up with joy, and it's there. I love that. The most real things in the world are those that neither children, men, or women can see. And if we want to know how our life is, what's happening in our life, just look around. We are creating out of the invisible. Always. And how do we know it? How do we prove it? There you are. You're here. I'm here. That's the gift. That's what I'm learning. That's what 2020 taught me. And I loved it. I think it was Michelle said on a Facebook post. It's, we can't wait till January 1st, 2021. I did that on 2020. And I was like, this is the year of clarity. My new 2020. And I have never been so clear in my whole life, except that I went through a lot of confusion to get here. And I don't know about you, but I want to believe again. I want to believe that there's magic, because I am that magic. I want to believe it doesn't matter what religion, because Santa Claus isn't a religion. Santa Claus is a feeling. And it's just not on December 25th. It's every single day. I want that little child inside of me not to say I need to grow up because there's no Santa. That's saying there's no God. There's no power. That we're just at the whim of what? At the whim of what? Have you asked that? If it's not God, I always love that. If it's not this woo-woo philosophy, if it's not that, then what is it? Just a bunch of haphazard running around going, hope it doesn't hit me today? No, to sit there and say, yes, there's something going on here. Yes, there's things that need protection. Yes, there's things that we need to do. But behind it all, inside it all, I am God. I am God. I am Santa Claus. I am Santa Claus, just like brilliantly this woman of wisdom said in her talk. They had a whole thing about finding out, that there was no Santa Claus, and everybody's traumatic thing that they're still in therapy for, because it was very, we all find out. I went to sleep that night and I couldn't sleep. I remember looking out thinking, oh God, I can't sleep, and if he comes over he won't stop, because he'll know I'm awake, and then he'll know when, and it's just such more guilt. Just more and more installed guilt, and it's just to make sure that the parents can make you behave. I got it now. But there's another thing going on here, and I remember hearing my dad say, Katie, should we get the gifts now to put under the tree? And I was like, what? I flung open that door. I said, what in the hell is going on here? Actually, that was what I would have liked to have said, but that's not what I said. But I love this one girl. Can you imagine? They're all under there, putting it under there, and I'm kind of, what is going on here? You lied to me. I don't care, lie more. I remember my friends telling me, and I refused to believe them. I said, you're just jealous. You're just jealous that I have Santa Claus. And they were. So this was one that I had to bring to you. The worst part of all, this is when she found out, because how she found out was that she saw the same gift that she saw at the store, and it was underneath the thing, and then her parents said to her, don't tell your younger brothers and sisters. And she said, quote, the worst part of all was how unceremoniously it happened. It was like 1 minute I was a child full of wonderment, and in a flash, was snapped into a world of non-believing, magicless adults. She was bitter, yes. But here's the deal. There's something to be said in that. She's talking about rite of passage. All of us looking for a rite of passage. And not every one of us gets it. I know in our men's groups, and we're looking for that rite of passage that we didn't get in women, that rite of passage. That is a very big, I believe in it all to nothing. So this is what she was experiencing. And so I made a decision when I read that. And I made a strong decision. I am not going to live my life as a magicless adult. I'm going back to what I've always been. And there's a difference between acting like a child. I've dealt with a lot of immature people, and then they dare to call it childlike behavior. No, you're just immature. No, you're not. This is what it is. Childlike wonder is seeing the wonder in everything. And when things are scary and bad, that you go, oh, if I can just get to the fairies that are out of my front yard, man, I'll be okay. The ones that say, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. We should never, ever grow up. Look what it's done for us. Look what all this grown-up stuff did for us. We're all mad at each other instead of just, when we're childlike, man, you go, I don't like what you said, and I don't believe in what you say. And then the child goes, yeah, well, I'm never speaking to you again until like 5 minutes from now. And then you go, oh my God, they're playing together. And the parents are all in there going, we have to micromanage this there. What are we going to do about the fight? And by the time we go to do that, they're already like this. Yeah, let's go play baseball. Let's go play dolls. Play whatever. Have yourself a merry little Christmas indeed, my friend. I used to always think when we do these talks as ministers, you're like, oh, not the Christmas talk, because everybody's got, now, did he say Jesus? Did he not? Did he not? Santa Claus, we don't believe in it, blah, blah. I'm sorry if any of you related to any of that, but I'm just letting you know. So this is where I'm at, just like, no, it comes time to say, I believe in it all. Santa Claus isn't just on the North Pole, he's on inside here. And I get to believe in him, and if you're Jewish, it's okay. You don't have to believe in the guy with first of all, if you look at Santa Claus, doesn't he look a lot any Catholics in the room? But he looks like he has a little bit of on the cloud thing happening, a little beard, the little thing that I was. And we're live. But here's the deal. So we don't have to apologize. I don't believe in Santa. That's not what I was brought up with. You know what? Who cares? Who cares what we were brought up with? What we're brought up with is what are we still living? That's where I'm at. Am I going to, will I sit here and go, Mom, she ruined me, man. If they had to just let me sleep sleep a little longer, I would have found out I was Santa Claus. And I'm not suggesting that I should be my age and running around, just saying, has anybody seen Santa Claus? Right? I just, hi everybody, I love Santa. And they'd be like, what the hell's wrong with him, man? We're talking about the belief within our heart. It's so good to be back. Last week I was a little heavy, if any of you were all here. And so this week I'm like, Santa Claus! So yes. Who knew? I'll leave you with a little secret, though. Except that 5 million people are now watching that secret. No. Do you like the way I think big? 5 million? Miracle on 34th Street took place at Macy's. And I was a Macy's Santa Claus for 4 years, from 86 to 90. And the reason I tell you is because we were told that he was the real Santa. And they designed it so beautifully, so that any room you went into, you could never see it. There was another Santa. And there were 7 going on, except I was the real one. But I needed to help. And I just loved when the little kids, when they would come up, and they were so alive, and they would look me in the eyes, and they would say, this is what I want. And some of them just wanted their parents to be happy. Some of them, wanted the latest whatever. And the parents would always just be looking at their kids looking at me, going, and then I would look at them like I understood. I would tell him or her, get ready, it'll be under the tree. No, I never said that. But what I did say was, wow. I would go home at night or to a bar in Greenwich Village. But, and I would say to myself, wow, what a day. Those memories I get to take with me. To think that all those times and all those pictures, right, that are in everyone's albums all over the world. And I was the only Santa in that moment. That's the key. This is the only moment we have. And it's time now. You look in the mirror and know that Santa is right there. Anything you desire, anything you want, it's right there. Unless you become a magicless non-believer. So we're going to end what I always like to do as Santa Claus. Not ho, ho, ho. We weren't allowed to say that, by the way. Who knew? It was magicless adults trying to say it would scare the kids. That was what they were saying. I think it scared them. But this is what I want to remember. I do believe. I do believe. Say it with me. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe in Santa Claus. Merry Christmas, my friends. I always act like I'm going somewhere. You know, when I'm done, it's like,
Oh, I forgot my mic. When they say, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, it's the truth.
oh,
For me. Okay.
we're getting all racy here on the week of Christmas.
Oh my God. All right. Well, thank you everyone in advance for your beautiful donations today that go to supporting Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, and to know that when you give here, you give twice. We give 10% of what comes out into the world. This month we gave to various organizations that were like the YWCA.
I got it, actually.
Oh, you have it down?
This
Okay.
time. I wanted you all to know that you do give twice. When you give here, you give not only to your spiritual family, but you're giving out into the world as well. The food pantry, which is doing a wonderful job. We're on a monthly thing for them. And the suicide prevention, which, hello, not to get serious, everybody, but this needs to be supported beyond anything. There's a lot of people that really need to be reminded that there is a Santa Claus. Right. A lot of people. So Family, Youth, and Services, Domestic Violence Prevention, and Trishana, who we put on that Christmas concert, took a whole bunch of CDs around to the facilities where people can't get out and they can't.
They were actually DVDs, I think, and CDs.
DVDs and CDs, and so that they can watch the concert and have a little bit of Christmas too. So she went around individually and just like Santa, and they were made, and it was just a wonderful project. Yeah. So everything we give twice here, and that's a really, really good feeling. Yes.
All right. Shall we sing?
Sure.
And the Malama team?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, you're ready. All right. Let's do it.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, it's a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, it's a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far, and all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
I give thanks for the blessings that are offered at CSL Kauai and the way that they go out and touch the community. I'm so grateful, and I give thanks. Mahalo, Spirit takes these gifts through us and multiplies them in the community, and what a wonderful blessing that is. And so it is.
So it is.
It's all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Hey, thank you everyone so much. And I think we have a group of reindeer and Santa Claus is coming in. Come here. Come on,
It looks like
guys.
something's going on here. Hold on.
Oh, we need some room for this.
All right, you coming in? Oh.
There's Beckham. Hey, Beckham.
Watch out for your
Willow.
eyes.
Watch your eyes, guys. Willow and Kailani. Kieran. Oh
Look at
my
those
gosh.
adorable little masks.
Orion. All right, everybody's here. Oh my God, I love the umbrellas. Be careful of the
Okay,
lights.
be careful. My adult magic person just came out. No.
Some say love, it is a razor.
These guys had a fun mime presentation this morning, and they're going to float around a little bit to this song, Following Love. Do you want to walk? Remember, you're floating. And they're not talking because they're mimes, so we had a fun presentation this morning, and mimes can speak. Does anyone want to speak? And a gift exchange and food art and all kinds of fun stuff. And we're thankful for Janet to come in and share her talents with us.
Yes. So you guys have a
Thank
good
you.
time? Hi. It's good to see you, girls. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm underneath there. Oh! There you are. Mahalo.
So, should we give them their blessing?
Yes, we should.
All right. Are you ready? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Yay.
Oh, they're floating. Watch your eyes.
Watch your
Float.
eyes. They float.
Float. Float.
Thank you, Miss Janice. Thank you, Janet.
That reminded me of acting when I was teaching acting. Float. Your clouds float. And I did it just like that, too. I'm sure you're shocked.
Okay. All right. We just have a couple of little announcements, but should we have Deb come up first?
Yeah. We'll have Deb come up just...
Deb, come on up.
So Deb's doing a workshop. Give it up for Deb Valentina. And before she does that, we have the two events go like this, and the sign-up's out there. The one is on January 2nd. It's a Saturday. She'll do a book signing and read some excerpts similar to what I did back a couple months ago, right? That's one. Then the other one is the workshop. So they're out there, and they're on little columns, so just check it. And then if you're going to the workshop, pay for it, reserve it, and let it be. So, Deb, you're going to do a little something for us?
I am.
Where's your umbrella?
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
I gotta
I'll
see something
pretend.
before you read. You're the same color as your book. Is that
I am.
that is
on
awesome.
purpose. On purpose.
I know. I figured it
Same-
was.
Same color as my book. Thank you for noticing. First of all, I just want to thank both of you for the talk. Beautiful. So what I'd like to do is just read an excerpt from my book, from the introduction. It's very short, but this book is not a tale of suffering, woe, and victimhood, but a story of resilience, freedom, and joy. This is a story of forgiveness, victory, and no regret. This is a story of the triumph of the human spirit, trust, and faith in action. This book will take you on a journey. My journey, it has not always been a bed of roses. However, I am inspired to tell you my story. I would not be the person I am today unless I had become masterful at forgiveness and trust. I have always had a strong connection to my higher self, what I call my knowingness. I believe that my knowingness is directly connected to spirit, guidance, the universe, God, Goddess, all that is, whatever you desire to call it. I find it has been the one constant in my life, and I am very grateful for my connection. And what I wanted to do, just as a quick teaser, is to read 3 of the chapter titles: Chaos and Jealousy, Path to Feeling Worthy, and Powerful Completions. So that's just a little teaser.
That's great.
Thank you,
Great.
Deb.
Yeah. And yeah, the book. And so we thought today. Oh, we'll show them your book.
Yeah.
We thought today we would we were going to wait for the book signing on January 2nd, but that's kind of silly when the books are here. So if you want to buy that today and then get it signed on the 2nd, or just kind of be up on it for that, because you use a lot of stuff in your workshop from that too. Yeah.
I do indeed. I do indeed.
So Roseanne will be back there at the bookstore, and yes, January 2nd and January 5th is in the evening.
And I'll be sitting out front, and I'm willing
good.
to
answer.
sign or answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thanks, Deb.
There you go. Thank you.
Deb, we miss you. I feel like she's moved back to town, moved back to the island. I know, right? Okay, so just a couple of other things, and we'll let you go. So I don't know if everybody knows that I'm doing a 12-day of Christmas meditation on Facebook, and it's been very well received, and it's still going on. And you can go back to the beginning and start at the beginning if you missed it. But it continues this week. So I think we're on the 8th day of Christmas, and then Christmas Eve service. Do you want to say something about
let me jump into that. It is full now. So Christmas Eve, unless you've called and you've given your reservation type thing. So here's what's happening. There's a waiting list now. And so people end up not showing up and stuff like that. So don't go if it's full. You get on that waiting list, because I just know that Santa Claus will make it all just perfect. But anyway, but you really need to do that. You need to reserve it, and then also that night there is no youth program. So for those of you with kids, there's no youth. Miss Janice will not be here that day, and so anyway, so reserve on the waiting list. The Power of Decision is coming in January too, folks. And there's a few books that we can purchase back there. I am telling you, I never let this be said, but 2 things that are a must is Power of Decision and Deb's workshop. These are the 2 things happening. Because let me tell you about Power of Decision. It changes lives. It changed Michelle's life, and she had already taken it before.
It's changed all our lives.
So it's just incredible. So if you've never taken a class here, here's your opportunity to have your first one. Or second one after you do the one with Deb on. So anything else?
That's it.
Oh, pledge forms went out. If you didn't get a pledge form, that means that you didn't give us the right address. But pledge just means that we're starting to do our budget for next year. So it's kind of nice to know what might or what is coming in. People have been asking me about membership. People, if you're in another center off island, you can also be a member here. It is permissible to be in both, and we're going to do a little ceremony next month. We haven't done it because of social distancing. If you remember before, there's so you get that. And then New Year's Eve.
Oh, New Year's Eve is going to be totally online at 12 noon. All right, it will be recorded, but it will be a ritual to end the new year and begin the old year and begin the new year. But it'll be at 12 noon on New Year's Eve. All right, so that's
and it says here, do not forget, Roseanne told me that there's jewelry back there, and it's very, very, very
Cool.
well priced as well, and it's nice. Okay, how y'all doing? Good? You ready?
Mele Kalikimaka.
Merry Christmas,
Our
everybody.
last time singing it. Well, we'll sing it on Christmas Eve, I guess.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Come on. Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway.
Sway. So that would be a time for gratitude. I'm going to tell you, you're a charmer, man. You even kind of made me blush over there, Kyle. I'm telling you. So what I know is, let's start with you. Such gratitude for this man entering our family, our Ohana,
Thank you.
and we just love him. So we just want to give some thanks and some shout outs right here and right now. At that center of my heart, we are so grateful for Jonathan. Oh, and for Rob, and for Ron, and for the bookstore. I'm just putting them all, clumping them all together because it's one thing that's happening. It's all these individual things happening to make sure that this wonderful service runs so smoothly. And I'm so grateful for the spirit that lives within all of our technology and everything that goes on here. And there's also, right now they're counting the abundance, the twice giving back there, and that is Sue Wood and Yana. So many people come together to make this, and a beautiful prophet here, Reverend Rita, and thank you so much for that beautiful prayer and that treatment. It just uplifted this entire room, and I'm just so grateful. And so I am mostly at this time grateful for that thing called Santa Claus, for that thing inside of us that lives within us. Such gratitude to know that each and every one of us is the God expression. That each and every one of us, I give gratitude for each and every person that's online, watching later, right here in the room, that there is this divine appointment that we all said yes to. We said yes to it. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I let that be so, as together we affirm. And so it is.
Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, to say Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Kalikimaka.
And also, just one little thing before you go, we have Reverend Diane here today, and it's been brought up and we don't always say it, and I'm sorry about that, but we do offer treatments, and Diane will go out wherever, secret spot, wherever Reverend Diane goes to do the prayer, but please utilize her if you choose. We also have a treatment box out there. Write a little note, say, hey, this is what I like some prayer for, and we'll be there for you. There's also the prayer line, better known as the Pray Ground. That's at 755-9177 for you online. Rob's got it up there. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. You are so loved because you are magnificent.